Welcome back to Breakfast Central on News Central, and we're still with Lara Kudayisi, who's an author, relationship expert and therapist, who also brought her book to talk about, sharing her life story with us after 14 heartbreaks, a divorce, and also having a child at 19. The journey so far so good. We stopped at when we went on the break, marrying for the wrong reasons, marrying to please daddy, and you said that didn't go so well at the end for the marriage. Yes. What happened?
Well, it's a lot of reasons or a lot of things that happened. But the primary thing that happened was because I already had a wrong motive for getting married. And then I was dysfunctional because of all the pain I've gone through, all the 14 heartbreaks, all the...
Yeah, well, the 14 heartbreaks before the marriage?
Oh, yes, before.
Were the 14 heartbreaks before your first child?
No, okay, it was after all of that.
After, cumulatively?
Yes.
Before and after?
Not before, after, because having that child, the relationship that produced that child was my first relationship ever.
Okay, and there were 14 heartbreaks?
After that.
Before marriage?
Yes.
How long? How?
It was 11 years, because I got married at 30.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because you had the child quite pretty young at 19, so you had time, and getting married at 30 is not a bad age in some respects in many societies.
Yes, yes.
What happened? Why do you think that all that happened?
Because
were you searching for true love?
Yes, I already had a badly damaged self-esteem. You know, thinking that I am less of a woman because I had a child outside wedlock. I'm less of a woman because I'm not married yet. And these are the things I hear from home, you know, from society, from colleagues, from church, from, you know, all of those places. So I believed them and I embodied them. So I was searching desperately for validation. Firstly, from home, because I didn't receive adequate love. So I felt they treated me and made me feel as if I was a failure, you know, for having a child. So I wanted to prove and show that I can do great things, you know. So if any guy came at the time and said, Lara, I love you, you know, and I want to be with you, I want to marry you. See, that was the password, marry you. Because remember, it was Operation Get Married. To please you know, so if I hear marry you, that was it. You know,
and that led
I
to
will.
14.
Yeah. So even if I would see all of the signs, I'll think, no, we can still work it out. So even if the guy said, use your head and stand on the, I would do that because I wanted to get married. And of course, he ended up in heartbreaks a lot of times.
And a divorce.
Yes, and a divorce.
From the first marriage.
Yes. Yeah, my first marriage, you know. So I entered that marriage still in pain, but I had no idea. And that's what a lot of us do. You know, we have been hurt, bruised, you know, not just by heartbreaks. For some people, it's rape. For some people, it's, you know, dysfunctionality from home, you know, betrayal from somebody. You know, it's a lot of reasons.
And you had your second child in the
marriage, yes. Okay. You know, so it's a lot of reasons, you know. So, but we don't know. We mask it down. You know, we mask it. We bury it inside of us, thinking that time will sort out things. Time don't heal wounds. Time covers wounds.
Okay, and then moving on to going to counselling and therapies and helping people with CBT. How was that been? What have you discovered more is the key problem now? Yeah,
the key problem is dysfunctionality. You know, a lot of, especially from home and from childhood, you cannot divorce.
And that leads into trauma, right?
Yes, yes. You cannot divorce who you are now. You cannot divorce your childhood from who you are now.
True.
You know, so a lot of us learned what we do now or what we are doing now from our parents or from our society or environment, from how we grew up. You understand? In NLP, there are 3 things that are responsible for how you behave. One is your childhood, meaning that if they give birth to a child, my name is Lara Kudayisi, so let's say they give birth to a child in a Kudayisi family. That child is coming into the world empty, you know, some sort of way. And so everything will be put in that child. Everything that happens in that family. If the father slaps that woman, if the father beats the woman, if in that family they sweep things under the carpet, you know.
What's the healing process? How do people, you know, move on from trauma, whether it's heartbreak, abuse, domestic abuse, gender-based form of violence? How do we heal moving past that? I think you treat some of that in your book too.
Yes, I did. You know, so firstly, you need to seek help. It's very important. We don't talk about that well enough here, you know, because we don't like to go and discuss our issues, you know, with people or strangers, you know. But if you look for strangers or people that are certified, are trained for these things, you need to go and seek help, because most times you don't even know what is wrong. But if you begin to see that, you know, my outcomes are not normal, you understand, having 14 heartbreaks is not normal. Having repeated failed relationships is not normal. It's not because men are bad or men are scum, like women would say, or, you know, women are impossible, like men would say. Do you get? It's not that. So when you begin to see that your outcomes are not normal, it is time for you to go and seek help, you know, and look for somebody that can help you.
So this is a book, How the Matchmaker's Marriage Failed, Life Lessons on Purpose, Singlehood, and Marriage, forward by Femi Jacobs, and it's from you, Lara Kudayisi. Wow, this is quite, is that you in the picture?
Yes, that's me.
This is quite a dramatic,
yes.
How the matchmakers, because you have a matchmaking platform.
Yes. You know, I'm a matchmaker, you know, before all of this. So even in the marriage, I was a matchmaker, I was a relationship expert, I was all of that.
In the marriage?
Yes. So, you know, you would not expect that somebody like me would now be the one to have, you know, a failed marriage. Experience. You know, so that was why I had to put it like that, so that people would understand that it's not about your certification. If you don't deal with your issues, they will always show up wherever you are.
So even the professionals are not safe.
Yes, so that was even why after the marriage broke down, I had to go myself into therapy. Again.
A therapist?
Oh yes,
a
coach should have a coach. A therapist should have a therapist. So after that, I created the Healing Bootcamp, you know, and that's what I focus on a lot now. The Healing Bootcamp, healing people from trauma, dysfunction, pain, you know, childhood trauma or dysfunctions generally.
Okay, and I think this is one of the ones that's coming up.
Oh yes.
This December. Oh, I think already.
It's in January.
One. Oh, the January. Okay.
Yes, January 4th and 5th.
Okay, so 2020. Okay, with host Lara Kudayisi, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Oh, that's a long day.
For 2 days.
For 2 days.
Yes.
I hope Mbai can give me permission to go. But thank you so much, Lara. If you were to give, before we let you go, if you were to give one word to anybody watching, whether suffering from one form of trauma or gender-based violence, what will that be?
Firstly, I'll tell you, you're not alone. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not abnormal. It is life. Such things happen. You didn't bargain for it. You didn't do anything wrong, you know, for you to be in what you are. But that's what life has served you. But it is your responsibility to move and walk out of it. And that's by seeking help. If you don't seek help, you're going to literally die in it. That's it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Lara. I am so grateful for you coming.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll have you more on the show.
Thank you.
All right. It looks like I'll be keeping a copy of this one, that's for sure. Still lots to go talk about right here on Breakfast Central on News Central.